Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to give you a briefing of what I'm expecting for the new week, which is currently starting today. Because today is Monday. Okay, today is still Sunday. It's about 18 minutes to Monday, so this is probably 11:42 p.m. That's when I'm recording this video. So first off, before I go to what I trade, I want to acknowledge what SpaceX is actually doing right now, because if you can see on the 15 minutes time frame, it actually is looking bullish rather than where it started, on the weekly and on the daily time frame. I'll just bring it to the 4 hours so it can be a little bit broad, so we can be able to see what it has been doing since its IPO. So initially it was around here. So basically you could see that it IPO that let's say $185, $150, and it went up to $223. Then it dipped to let's say 106, 105, 106 USD. Right now you can see what's happening. There's a very good there's a good support level right now that is holding up prices from going back down. So what I'm trying to see right now is opportunities to keep buying, because you can see that when we came to the support level, we came to this support level around on 24th of July, and it was ranging around that level, and it kept bouncing on that level consistently, kept bouncing until it gave us a higher high, which is definitely higher than this previous lower high that was here, right? So this is lower high, a lower low, a lower high, lower low. This is also a lower high because it never went above this other one, right? So basically all these are lower highs. Then this is a new lower low, because obviously it's lower than this last low, right? It's a lower low, then it gives us a higher high, which means that price action is beginning to change. And you can see that since that happened, price just came here to give us more like a formal retest of this actual trend line breakout. You can see how the trend line is, right? This is the main breakout. If I wanted to take this trade, this is what I've taken it. My stop loss should be around here. I might have been taking out, but I actually don't think that this is kind of long-term trade I want to hold, because I want to be certain that the buy is valid, right? Right now we are saying that the buy is valid because we can see what's going on the hourly time frame, right? So if you go to the 15 minutes, clearly you can see what price action is doing here, right? It had like I think 2 or 3 bounces of trend line. You can see this is one. Let me adjust this a little. This is one, this is another one, and this is probably the third one. This is the fourth one. So basically price has been bouncing off the trend line for quite some time now, and this is the best place. This is the best place to take our buys on SpaceX, because there is no better place than this, right? You could have said that we could have taken the buy here, but it was not certain. We could have taken the buy here, it wasn't certain either, because we were not sure if the range is going to continue or it's a complete breakout. But right now we are sure it's a breakout. We have this trend line to prove it's a breakout. We have this current support level to prove it's a breakout. We have this counter trend to prove it's a breakout. So let me show you something now. What I should be expecting on SpaceX buys should be looking something like this: a breakout, a pullback, then a continuation. It's as simple as it should be, right? This is what I should be expecting on SpaceX in the next few days, probably when Monday opens around 1 o'clock in the USA time, because that's when the US stock market opens, right? So this is basically what we should be expecting for SpaceX. If that doesn't happen, then the buy doesn't take place. If that doesn't happen, then we should be expecting sales to this $130 region, right? We should be expecting a clean breakout again to the downside, a minor retest before continuation to the downside, which is clearly unlikely because you can see how the market has been respecting this trend so far. So we've had our confirmations already to take the buy, right? We had this trend line, which is one. We have this one. So if price breaks out of this level of current support, we know that price is indeed ready to go bullish, right? Then if price breaks out of this trend line, it's another confirmation for us to go bullish. If price breaks out, gives us a retest, that's another confirmation for us to jump in on the buy, right? It's as simple as it should be. There's nothing too complicated here. So that is that for that. That's for SpaceX actually. So I just want to go into the main thing that I actually trade, right, which is GU, UJ, GJ, and oil, right? So on GU, I'm just going to go to the daily time frame. There's no much explanation here because basically I have the same chart. Hold on. Okay, this is really not good right now. No, this is not good. Trying to adjust something. I guess I won't be able to adjust it, but anyways, I'm going to continue regardless, right? So basically what I have here on GU daily time frame, you can see what is going on here, right? Or if you can't see, you can go to the weekly time frame for you to have a clearer picture of what we have. On the high time frame, we have a very strong bullish trend that has been trending for a very long time, since 17th of September 2022. So it has been trending for over 4 years now, but we are actually stuck in this minor range here. It's actually a major range because it's on the higher time frame. That's why it looks small, right? So we're actually stuck in this range. So on the daily time frame, what do we have? We have a counter trend. You have the counter trend bearish trade, bearish. You have the counter trending bearish trend. Does that make sense? So basically, the counter trend is actually bearish. Let me put it that way, right? The counter trend is actually bearish. What I was actually looking, my last projection was for price was around this region. I was expecting a pullback, retest for me to keep selling, or a pullback to this level to give me a proper retest for me to buy, right? But you can see what we have here. These are what we have. So basically, these are my area of interest, higher time frame area of interest. These are my area of interest, while these are my lower time frame support and resistance, right? You can see it's my resistance, my support, my support, my support, my support, right? These are what I have here right now. But if I go to the 4 time frame now, it looks a little bit more cleaner, more clear for you to see what I'm actually trying to say here. So basically, this is the trend line that we are looking to take the retest off of, right? I haven't placed a trade on GU yet because I believe so firmly that the retest isn't here yet. And why do I say so? It doesn't just make sense for a trend to just break out, giving us no retest, and just keeps going up, right? I have this minor trend here, this minor bullish trend, in which I'm not going to be taking a trade. Actually, I am thinking of waiting for a pullback to this region, to this 1.34356 region, for me to start looking for buying opportunities on GBPUSD, right? It makes sense. Why? Let me tell you why it makes sense, right? Because hold on. Okay, that's it. So there is a break and retest. I don't think I did that good, but anyways, there's a break and retest of this main trend line, high time frame trend line, high time frame counter trend line. It's actually a bearish counter trend line, right? And that is one of it. It has already broken, and I'm waiting for the retest. There is a break above this. There's a breakout of this current and previous resistance turned support now. So I'm looking for a retest on that. There are retests here, but I feel like if there's going to be a bigger retest, since the market is going on a bullish run, if there's a bigger retest, it makes more sense for that bigger retest to come, right? That's why I'm looking for that on GBPUSD, right? So basically, I'm just looking to wait for price to come to this level, then I start looking for my buy opportunities, right? It's as simple as it should be. So that's that on GU. But if unfortunately price decides to break below this level, and that's when I'll start looking for my selling opportunities. Actually, I'll look for a good retest and I'll start selling from that level up until this level or this last low, right? So basically I try as much as possible to reduce the amount of tools on my charts to make it more cleaner and more understandable, more readable to myself and probably to any other person that I show my charts to. So I think that's what's best for me currently. So the weekly time frame on UJ is very simple, right? We're actually in a bullish trend, like bullish trade, bullish. What am I saying? Sorry, we're in a bullish market, and we have another bullish trend inside the bullish trend. Do you understand? So it's basically a smaller trend in a bigger trend. Just like when you have something big and there's something small inside that big one. So basically that's how it is right now. So this is why I have a smaller trend inside the major trend. But right now there was a breakout that happened a few weeks ago. I think it was the last 2 weeks, and I can explain why that happened. I think that was when the Japanese were trying to make their currency more valuable by by flooding the market with great interest rates, by convincing the US to sell other countries, the bonds of other countries, and buy more Japanese bonds, right? Because the US sold a lot of European the what's it called? I'm trying to remember. So he sold a lot of bonds from Europe, right? And they started buying Japanese bonds. Same thing with the I'm trying to remember the name again. So funny. I actually forget a lot of things. So there are not one country but multiple countries have sold their other countries' bonds just to buy Japanese bonds, just to keep the currency afloat and make it more valuable. Because if USDJPY is going up, I can tell you for a fact that the Japanese yen is losing value currently. So basically that's what they're trying to do to make their currency more valuable, but I don't actually think that's working, because that happened on Thursday, on the 30th of July, and this is August, and you can see that that's what created this massive bearish run. From here continued on Friday, then the market recovered on Monday. It was actually supposed to push, it actually pushed below, but it came back and recovered on Monday, and its market started moving back upwards. I'm actually looking for buying opportunities on UJ, but I'm actually not sure about it, and I'll tell you why. Right? Because this was looking enticing for me to take the buys until this sudden bearish move happened, and it just made me lose the amount of confidence I had in the setup. I actually had a lot of confidence in it before, but right now I just have a minimal amount of confidence on it. So basically you can see this is a good area of interest, and support level, another support level, another support level, this is a resistance level, and this is a higher time frame area of interest, resistance level. So basically the one I marked with just this line is what I see as an area of interest, higher time frame, right? Why the ones with the boxes are like lower time frames area that can just set as TPs, right? So I hope you understand get the info. So I'm just going to go to the 4-hour time frame and waiting for it to load. Yo, what the hell? So I have to continue from where I stopped. So basically this is the 4-hour time frame on USDJPY. It looks a little bit more promising than it was last week, because there were a lot more price action for us to start looking for educated decisions in the market, right? So I'm just going to go to 1-hour time frame, but it looks more it has more of what I'm looking for. So it's very, very simple. USDJPY might be the first trade of the week, and I'll tell you why. If there's a quick breakout of this area, this resistance level, it is the best position, it is the best place for me to take my buys from, right? Because looking to take my buys from here, or if I had taken my buy from here, I would have been waiting for a very long time for the buy to materialize, because you can see how price has been respecting this respecting and rejecting this what's it called, this resistance level for quite some time. It has been there since, like, for a while now. You can look at the dates, right? It has been there for, let's say, 2 weeks. Let's say 2 weeks or so. Let me use this to check this real quick. So basically, price has been there for, I don't know why this tool is not working. Since what the heck? Bro, I don't have time for this, man. What the hell is happening? So basically, I'm just sure you get the info, right? Okay, let me do it this way. So price has been there from the 9th, from the 10th of August to where it is at currently. So it's over a week. The price has been there, right? So it doesn't make sense for me to just take that buy there just because I'm looking for a trade. Actually, last week I only took 2 trades. I took 1 win and 1 loss. Last week I took a win on USOIL and I took a loss on GU, right? So basically, I don't have to take too many trades in the week. I can see like 5 to 7 trades and I'm good for the week. I don't even need like much trades. I actually, there were weeks I used to take like 30 trades or whatever, 15 trades and 20 trades, but I don't even think I even need the time. I don't even have the time for that anymore. I think profitable, when you get to the stage of profitability, trading is a lot more boring than it used to be, because you're not actually looking for excitement anymore. You're just looking for what is right and what is wrong, and it's a little bit more. It's a little bit less. I don't know what is the word for me to use. It's less enticing than it was when you started trading, looking for trading up and down. So basically, that's what I have here on USDJPY. My battery is 81%. Okay, good. So basically, if price breaks out of this level, it gives us a good retest. Let's say 11, 12 in the morning. I'm going to take the buys, right? If there's a retest and there's a rejection, not just a retest, right? There's a retest, there's a rejection, I'm going to take the buys, right? If price comes back here, which I am sure it might do that again, come back here to give us another retest, I'm not taking that trade. It's very complicated. I'm not just taking it. I'm just waiting for a breakout retest. If that happens before morning, it's perfect, right? If that happens before morning, I'll be happy, I'll be glad, right? That doesn't happen, cool. But if price breaks out of this level, I'll be expecting a retest probably on Tuesday, or if it happens on Monday before 6 p.m. I'm going to take the trade. After 6 p.m. high at 7 p.m. I'm not going to take any trade anymore, right? That's what I'm expecting on USDJPY. So basically, I'm planning for the upside and the downside. I'm not planning for I'm not trying to be specific in one direction, right? My overall projection for USDJPY, I'm expecting it to be bullish. But what happens if it's not bullish? Does it mean that if it's bearish, I'm not going to be taking the trade because I'm supporting the side? I'm not supporting any side. I'm just here to make money, right? So basically, that's how it is. So basically, if it's bullish, it breaks out retest, gives us a good confirmation, I'm going to take my buy. If it comes down here, it gives me a good retest and a good confirmation, I'm going to take my sell. It's as simple as should be, less complicating things, right? So that is that on that. I'm just going to go to GJ. So when I mean GU, I mean GBPUSD. When I mean UJ, I mean USDJPY. And when I mean GJ, I mean GBPJPY. That's the British pound and the Japanese yen. So even the Britons, they were part of those countries that actually sold bonds of other countries just to buy Japanese bonds from, and trying to save the Japanese currency. You can also see that happen here too on GJ, right? You can see on Thursday 30th and on the next day, right, on Friday, GJ actually dropped, but you can see it recovered smoothly. But actually, I don't think that GJ is going to keep going up. I actually think GJ is going to go down. The Japanese yen might actually have more, might actually regain its value against the pound, but I don't think he might regain its value against the dollar. We should just be seeing how it goes out, right? So basically, what I have here is a very good trend line. good uptrend that has been there since 9th of April 2025. So basically we are supposed to be looking for buys until this happens.